Guys, what is up? It is Alex here, bringing a race preview for the 2012 Korean Grand Prix. Now, after Vettel's wonderful win in Japan, this race is going to have to live up to a lot because the Japanese Grand Prix was certainly a good one, and hopefully it's going to be an even better race with all the drivers from the top teams finishing. Now, in this race preview, I'm going to do something I haven't done ever before in these race preview series, is to go through every single team and give you my opinion on whether they're going to do good in this race, because I know a lot of the time I don't talk about some of the back teams, I don't talk about Mercedes, I always forget about them, and people like Force India I always forget about. So let's get into it and let's have a look at all the teams and see how they all fare. First off, Red Bull, they came off a dominant win in Japan with like a 20-second lead by the end. They look pretty strong, and I think they've probably got the best chance of winning this race, and probably most likely Vettel again because he's just on fine form at the moment. Back-to-back wins, the only back-to-back wins of the year so far have gone to Sebastian Vettel in the last couple of races, and Red Bull most certainly have the best chance to win around here. I think for me it's a similar sort of race to Japan in the way of the corners and everything. It's got a couple of fast corners, a couple of slow corners, and I think the Red Bull will really suit that track. And out of both the drivers, I think Vettel's probably just got it, even though I think Webber probably has a decent chance, but probably the win or pole isn't really in reach for him. McLaren's car doesn't seem to be that great over the last couple of races. After their win in Spa and Monza, it sort of doesn't have the pace at all. The Singapore Grand Prix went to Vettel, and so did the last one there in Japan, and the McLarens in both those races didn't really look that strong. Singapore it looked a bit stronger, but Japan it really looked a bit off the pace, and I don't think they're going to have a very good car, sadly. I really want to see them do well, but this track I don't think they're going to do too well, but you never know. Lewis Hamilton and Jenson Button, they can always spring a surprise. They're both great drivers. Let's move on to Ferrari and have a look at them. I think they've got as good a chance as any of getting some decent points here. Probably not the win, sadly. I think, as I said, it's probably going to go to Red Bull, and it'll be good to see Massa get back on form again after his podium in Japan, and hopefully Alonso can get solid points. And you know, Alonso's still just my title favourite. I'd just say he's just got it in him, but it does look like Vettel has got the legs to keep it going, and obviously get the points to take the championship away from him. Lotus seem to have been dropping off in recent races. Grosjean and Raikkonen not having the best of times in the last couple of races, not really scoring mega points. And I can't remember the last time they got a podium, but it wasn't in the last like 2 or 3 races. So, you know, they don't have a great chance of winning this race. I doubt they will win it, but you never know. They can always bring a surprise, just like I said with McLaren. They have both decent drivers, fast drivers, and they can definitely score points when they need them to. Mercedes come here again with some bad finishes in recent races. Rosberg doing not too badly in Singapore, but apart from that, it hasn't been a great time for the Mercedes team in the last couple of races. And Schumacher missed out on points in Japan, just about. But again, I don't think they've got the race car to perform another win like they did in China. But hopefully points for them. They're definitely points on the cards. That's definitely something they'll be aiming for. But I don't think a win or a podium is in sight for them. Now, the team I'm racing as on this game, Sauber, they come off a great result in Japan after Kamui Kobayashi securing his first podium ever in Formula 1, putting him on a pretty big high, I'd say, because that's a really good thing to obviously get in Formula 1. All those little things add up to a lot and make sure that, you know, the drivers and everything feel a lot happier. And you can see their little crash on the game with a bit of a mistake. But yeah, Sauber have definitely got a decent car to perform here. Obviously, they got the podium in Japan, as I said. This is a pretty similar track, in my opinion, to Japan. So I'd definitely say top 5, one of their drivers will be up there. It's never really easy to tell which one, but I think definitely one of them will be up there. Force India don't look as strong as they did earlier in the season, but Hulkenberg did a pretty decent job in Japan to score some points, and the rest was obviously unlucky to, you know, not score any points either. But, you know, they can always score points. The rest and Hulkenberg, some pretty solid drivers there, rumoured to take Massa's spot, but you never know what will happen in the race. Back in Japan was Pastor Maldonado's first point since his win in Spain, which was good to see him pick up some points and finally get to the finish and the points. And I'd say Williams have a half decent chance of getting a half decent result here. I would say about 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, the sort of position they'll be aiming for. Pastor Maldonado seems to have the pace over Bruno Senna at the moment, but you know, some points on the cards will be good to catch Force India in the constructors. As always, Toro Rosso's car doesn't seem that good, even though this track does have some fast corners and straights, which probably might suit their car, but again, I don't think they're going to do too well here. They could get a point if other people mess up their races a little bit, but in my opinion, it seems to be another track where the Toro Rosso will not fare too well. Its part in the Japanese Grand Prix Kovalainen was running in 11th position, which obviously shows the Caterham is getting more and more pace each race, and obviously the only new team to have Kurz, so you never know how they're going to do, but obviously they'll probably be just off the back of the Toro, so that's probably what is most expected. And also Team Marussia don't look too good either. Obviously them and Hitachi have a bit of a way to climb to get up to the Caterham. But Marussia, they could get ahead of Caterham in this race, we don't really know. It's kind of hard to tell from race to race which one of them is going to do better. And last off, the HRT. Once again, they look like the slowest car, and it looks like they probably will fill up the back row of the grid once again. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We ran through all the teams for once, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope it was a bit more entertaining doing it this way. But if it wasn't, or you want me to improve it, leave it down in the comment section. But remember to subscribe if you're not already, that'd be awesome to do that. But thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. It's been Alex, and I'm out here.